over me! A mutant! I am as far beyond mutants as they are beyond you.
Shadows of the Ancient. Apocalypse awakens. Darkness. An ancient evil stirs. A being of immense power and terrifying ambition. Apocalypse, the first mutant, awakens from millennia of slumber, his eyes burning with cold, calculating fury. He sees a world rife with corruption, weakness, a world unworthy of its potential. He envisions a new order, forged in fire and blood, where only the strong survive. Apocalypse is not merely a villain. He is a force of nature, a harbinger of change. He embodies the ultimate test, the ultimate fear, the end of the world as we know it. His presence is a storm that threatens to engulf all, leaving only the remnants of a shattered reality in its wake. The X-Men, guardians of peace and defenders of mutant kind, stand as the last bastion of hope against this impending doom. Mutants at the crossroads, trials of faith and power. The X-Men, a diverse group of mutants each grappling with their unique abilities and inner turmoil, find themselves at a crossroads. Apocalypse was born in ancient Egypt. Because of his appearance, he wandered the desert for years and became a nomad who took what he wanted because he could. Soon he was confronted by Ramatut, the conqueror Khan, who by then had become pharaoh, and fought a man whom everyone believed to be a god. At some point during this time, the Celestials chose Apocalypse as the harbinger of their evolutionary changes on Earth. These enhanced Apocalypse's already formidable powers, and he gained access to technology that would be considered advanced even by today's standards. After becoming Apocalypse, he accepted his role as the arbiter of evolution and soon found a suitable home for himself. Apocalypse discovered the mutant continent of Akara, which had a thriving mutant population. Although Apocalypse still believed in the survival of the fittest, he was more interested in helping the weak to become strong rather than killing them and leaving only the fit. He met his wife Genesis on Okara, always the more experienced of the two. Together they had 4 children. Apocalypse's family would become the protectors of this young mutant. Amenthe's attack on Akara changed Apocalypse's life. The armies of Apocalypse, Genesis, and Akara were able to repel the demon hordes, but Annihilation used the Sword of Twilight to cut Akara in half. Genesis led the Akara army to Arako to fight Amenth and save Earth. He instructed his men to create an army powerful enough to stop Amenth in the future. That was the beginning of the more difficult survival of the Apocalypse. Age of Apocalypse tested the X-Men. After Professor X's fateful time travel, Apocalypse decided to reveal himself early because there were no mutants to stop him. Apocalypse quickly took over North and South America as his mutant empire. Grieving his dead friend, Magneto formed the X-Men to stop him. Magneto's
Weak and foolish mutant. You are corrupted by those who want peace. You cannot oppose me. You're corrupt, like all the others.
Men fought a desperate war against Apocalypse. The discovery of Bishop, who was captured in this timeline and still remembers the old one because his nature was a chronic variant, allowed Magneto and the X-Men to end the reign of Apocalypse. They succeeded and Bishop was able to get things back on track. After the Age of Apocalypse, Apocalypse made several appearances and eventually his final plot hatched. He gathered 12, a dozen or so mutants that would give him godlike power in his attempt to conquer the world. The X-Men stopped him, but Cyclops was forced to merge with Apocalypse for a time. Later, Apocalypse himself returned, making Gambit, Sunfire, Polaris, and Keeper the new riders. Apocalypse failed to gain power over the mutant with his blood and disappeared. X-Force went to the future to kill him, and Archangel became the new Apocalypse. No trace at some point in the next millennium, the Apocalypse will take over the world. That alternate future is where young Nathan Summers was sent. Nathan fought against the forces of Apocalypse, learning to become the ultimate mutant soldier. Apocalypse cloned Nathan to create Strife, who did not have the techno-organic virus and who, as the child of Cyclops and Jean Grey clone Madeline Pryor, could use all the power at her disposal. Apocalypse's grip on the world was iron. Nathan and the Askan freedom fighters couldn't come close to breaking his hold on the world, so Nathan went back in time to stop Apocalypse's reign before it happened. Apocalypse sent Strife back in time to ensure the resurrection. The rivalry between Cable, Strife, and Apocalypse became a defining relationship in Cable's life. Outside of his young clone, Evan Sabanuri, the real Apocalypse returned during X-Men Disassembled and helped the X-Men against the X-Men. After founding Krakoa, Apocalypse joined the Mutant Nation and told them to be strong. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.
I'm going after my people. You find Apocalypse.
You have traveled over 50 centuries of time to stop me. When will you learn it cannot be done?
Guess I'm a slow learner.